Hey, this is Seth, Kniep'n It Real. Hope you are having a really good day. Today I'm really looking forward to talking about something that has helped so many sellers on Amazon prevent their product from being edited or changed by other sellers. It does not guarantee other people won't sell your product, but it does give you an extra level of protection against that. Amazon created it a while back ago, and it's called the Amazon Brand Registry. What it means is if you get your brand for your product enrolled in this registry, and by the way, you can register multiple brands. You're not limited to just one, and it doesn't have to be your store name. It could be whatever brand you want. But once you get it registered with Amazon's Brand Registry, other sellers cannot change your title, your photos, your product description, the bullet points. They have no power to change that, nor will it be merged with other listings. So it gives you a lot more control over your brand. Now, some people think this prevents others from selling your product, and that's not true. Your listing can still be hijacked, and other people can still try to sell your brand. But it does decrease the chance of that from the perspective that it's your brand, and some Amazon sellers realize that is a war they're not going to win if they try to do that. Because it's your brand, it's your logo, and you can fight that. So there's several advantages to doing this, and it's not that hard to get this done. All you need is a website where that website, the front page, has your contact information on their page. And I recommend you put it on the front page at the footer. If later you want to remove that, that's fine. I don't think Amazon goes and checks it, but they need to know that that's your website connected to your account. So whatever your email address that's on your account is, it needs to be on the website. Whatever your phone number on your account, make sure it's on the website. Same thing with your name and your address or your business address. Second, make sure that the products on your website have the logo that is also on the products on Amazon store. And that logo needs to either be on the packaging or on the product itself. So if you were selling a coffee mug, make sure the logo is either on the mug itself or on the box that's holding the mug. Ideally on both, but obviously with some things, like if you're selling, something really, really small, like a ring, for example, the logo may not be on there, or maybe very hard to see. That's understandable. But there's several advantages that this program offers. You get the buy box. No one else gets the buy box. It is yours 100%. That's a huge help for ranking your product. You are also less likely to get your product suppressed. And what I mean by that is sometimes if another seller is jealous, or if a true customer, like a legitimate customer, is concerned about the validity of your product, they can complain to Amazon. Amazon can suppress the listing so it cannot be sold until you prove you are the owner of the brand. That can be a real pain, because every time you do that, you have to send them invoices. They have to be commercial invoices. You have to send them the contact info of the supplier. Well, when you register your brand, you don't have to worry about that. The chances of that happening are almost none, because you are the brand, you are the manufacturer, you are registered, and either you're the manufacturer or you are approved to sell it for the manufacturer. You also can provide your own product identifier. Instead of using a standard UPC, you can have your own unique code for your product, which is a huge advantage because it's now that UPC is attached to that one product, not that listing, so no one else can sell that listing unless it's on your own listing, which is really nice. Now, in order to do this, you just need to apply. Just make sure your website's ready to go, the contact information matches that of your account, that the pictures are very clear. We started with a really fancy website, and you had to click over here on the left for it to open up. It was one of those slideshow types, and apparently the person on Amazon could not connect the dots and figure out that this was our product. So we actually revamped the whole thing. We got a different Shopify template, and we redid it. And we made it super simple and basic. And that's what I recommend, because the purpose of this website right now is just to get you enrolled. If you later want to go back and make your website nicer, more fancy, more professional, that's fine. What I recommend more than any other company out there is Shopify. Very easy, very fast. You could literally build a website in an hour or less, depending on your experience. All you need to do is just set it up. First 14 days is free. It's around $30 a month when you start. If you want to do, you have different plan levels you can do. And they make sure it is search engine optimized and everything you need. Okay, so I'm going to go to my screen and show you the steps I went through in order to get approved on the brand registry. Once you get to the application page, right here you're going to type in the name of your brand. Now remember, this does not have to be the same as the name of your store. It can be, you can have one store name. Your store name could be The Store on Amazon, and your brand could be, 15 chickens, or, The Best Amazing Industries. In fact, let's just call it this. So we'll say Amazing Industries. This is one brand. You can register for multiple brands based on the kind of products you want to sell. And then each product, you just add that to the brand name. So we'll call this one Amazing Industries. Notice it gives you some details on what to look out for. Right here, you're going to upload an image of your product. Now, ideally, this product will have the logo on it. If the product is too small, then make sure, and this is what I did and it worked, have the product sitting there and then the packaging sitting next to it and the logo on the packaging. For here, you're going to upload an image of the packaging with the logo on it. Now remember, on your website, the logo needs to be on the packaging and or product as well, so the person on Amazon can clearly connect the two and know that they're related. When you get down to select your relationship to this brand, you are either the manufacturer of it, and you can add a trademark document if your mark has been trademarked, or you are authorized to be the brand owner to manage the product information for the branded product. So what this means, let's say it's just Forever 21 clothing and you are selling it for them. That's what it means. And they would need a brand authorization letter from Forever 21 stating that you have the right to retail their product. In most cases, if you're private labeling, you're going to be the manufacturer yourself. This does not mean you have to give them the information of your supplier in China or wherever they are. You are still called the manufacturer because you're controlling that supply. You don't have to have a trademark, but if you do have this document, it does help. When I first started, I didn't, and I still got approved. Here, you enter your website. Now remember, this is the same website that's going to connect this brand to your Amazon account. So if your brand's Amazing Industries, then you might have amazingindustries.com, for example. And then here, have you purchased UPC, EAN, or JAN for all your products? If you have already, you can just say yes, and you can purchase that UPC on eBay. There's numerous places you can get it. Or if you need UPCs, EANs, then you can click this one here. The nice thing about this one is you don't actually have to have UPC. If you don't have one, you're uploading a new product, then you can select the type of unique identifier for each product you plan to sell. So in other words, you can actually choose your own identifier that you want. Now in my case, I already had UPC, so I selected this one, but it's completely up to you. When you do this one, let's say for example, you're going to be selling in automotive and power sports, then over here you need to select either a manufacturer part number or you need to select the catalog number. And then Amazon will give you a code for that, which is really nice. If you're doing this one, you don't even have to worry about that because you already have your UPC. Now, right here, let's say, for example, you're selling clothing, because we do a lot of clothing. Then you might want to include apparel. Then you want to hit Add More. You might want to include beauty, if you're selling makeup. You might also want to include shoes, handbags, and sunglasses, because these are all related to fashion and beauty. So you can actually select as many of these as you want, as long as they're relevant to each other. And that's it. And then you hit Submit, and you are done. They get back to you really fast. Almost every time we applied for numerous brands, they got back to us with a decision within 2 hours. One time it took overnight, and we had to resubmit a few times to make adjustments to our website. The process really isn't that hard if you just follow these steps, step by step, and really do what Amazon's asking you to do. Hey, I hope that was helpful for you. This is Seth, Kniep'n It Real. If you need help, if you need coaching, let me know. I specifically help people to do these kinds of things. I work with a team of about 40 people now. This team is growing 1 to 2 every day. These people are awesome. They're on fire to sell on Amazon. If you know how to hustle and if you're teachable, you could be part of this program and start learning how to build your passive income fast. I would have saved myself $20,000 a few years ago if I had gotten a coach. But I lost that money because I made bad decisions at the beginning because of my lack of knowledge, and I had to learn a very difficult way. Now, some people like to go on their own. That's totally fine. Chances are you'll make more mistakes and you'll ramp up more slowly. But at the same time, you're still going to learn. You can still get there. But once you get a coach, you can learn not to make the same mistakes and go fast. So if that's something I can help you to do, just let me know. Hope you have an awesome day. Bye.